Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing cupcake. So here we have our eggs, we have our flour already mixed with baking powder. You're supposed to sift the baking powder and add to your flour. After sifting the flour as well, then we equally have a pinch of salt in the flour. So make sure your baking powder, flour and salt are sifted. Then we have our oil, 1/4 cup of oil. Then here we have our sugar that is going to make our cupcakes all yummy. And in here we have water mixed with milk, 1/2 cup of water mixed with 2 tablespoons milk. And there are our ingredients. We have 1.5 cup of flour and 2 teaspoons baking powder. I forgot to mention. So this is our bowl that we're going to do the mixing in it. First of all, we pour in our egg and we bring forth our whisk and we tap up together. This is the most important process in this recipe because this is what will make your cake rise really well. So you would like to ensure that you beat up the egg well till it's very fluffy and light, like you can see here. It is already getting good. So next up we add up our sugar and oil. That is the next process. After adding our sugar and oil into the already mixed egg, continue mixing to combine those two together. Now this process helps the egg, sugar and oil to combine together, and it equally helps the sugar to get dissolved. So you would ensure that you mix it up really well so that your sugar dissolves, and when eating your cupcakes you won't feel tiny pieces of sugar in it. It is from this process that you will make sure to eradicate that. The next thing you do is to add in your flour, which already has baking powder and a pinch of salt. You endeavor to add in batches. First off, you add flour, you mix to get a consistency. Then you later on add water, you mix to achieve a consistency. You add flour. Now this is to ensure that it doesn't create lumps, because if you add flour and immediately add water, in mixing it you will achieve lumps in your cake batter, which we need to avoid that. So in order to avoid having lumps in a cake batter, you add in batches. Once you add one, you mix properly before you add the next one. And sorry, I forgot to mention, in our milk and water we have a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. That is just to add flavor to our cupcakes. And you combine the two together because most of the times you would want to use powdered milk. It's less sugary. Remember, you've already had sugar in your mixture. If you're to use liquid milk, which also has sugar, you'll end up having excess sugar in the mixture. So it's preferable to use powdered milk. Remember 2 tablespoons of powdered milk into 1/2 cup of water. So look at the consistency we are beginning to get from all the mixture. After mixing flour, pouring in the water and milk and mixing up, it's beginning to give us a light, stretchy and creamy consistency, and that is exactly how it should be. You equally need to have your spatula very close to you so so that you ensure cleaning up the excess that is on the skin of the bowl, so that at the end of the day you've mixed everything. If you happen to mix to an extent before you clean up, you happen to have some leftover flour in your batter which you haven't mixed, and I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. Now look at the consistency we've gotten so far. It's looking all creamy, all stretchy. Oh my god guys, this is so good. This is exactly how creamy and stretchy your batter should be. Now next up, we need to grease our cupcake tins. These are the tins in which we are going to be baking our cupcakes. So here we have our brush, our normal vegetable oil in a dish, and combine that together. So you just take the brush, dip it into the oil, and grease the pan. Now in greasing the pan, make sure that it touches the lines in that cup, so that you won't have your cake sticking on one part of the cup while the other part is coming out neatly. And remember, how good you grease your cupcake tin will determine how neat your cake is going to come out. You won't want to have a cake where there are some breakings and all that. You want to remove your cake, one part of it is breaking, the other part is sticky to the pan, and the rest. So you just have to ensure that you grease your cupcake tins properly. And this shouldn't be a difficult thing to do, because vegetable oil is liquid and really running, so it will facilitate the process for you. There we've greased all our cupcake tins, and we have to fill it up with the cake batter. Just take out a spoon of the cake batter and fill into the cups. 1 full spoon each. If you put in excess, by the time it's risen, guys, you won't like to see it. Now look at that. We filled in all the cups and it's looking so clean, so creamy, milky. The cake batter is giving everything it's supposed to give, and that is exactly what